Hey boys, this is your dad. Here's another letter to you. There's something I've noticed about life, and it's that the golden years never seem to happen in the moment. They always seem to happen in the past. When you're living them, they just feel like another day, another car ride, another dinner, another normal bedtime, another ordinary day. But when time passes and somehow the things that felt small become the things you miss the most. I remember when you were babies. At the time, I didn't know those would be the days I'd look back at the most. I didn't know that one day I would miss carrying you on my shoulders, or hearing your little voices scream, "Dad," from another part of the house, or watching you fall asleep in the backseat of the car after a long, long day. Those moments at the time felt so normal until they weren't normal anymore. Then one day I looked up and you weren't babies. You weren't toddlers. You weren't little boys. You were growing and are growing. And somehow it felt like it happened overnight. And life is funny that way. Boys, for years, you'd be asking me questions, 100 questions from the backseat of the car. Years where we played video games for hours, or we played with your toys, and you never wanted me to leave. You just wanted me nearby. Times where anything and everything new lit up your entire world and gave you the biggest moments of excitement. Boys, seeing the world through your eyes and seeing your happiness, man, that made every day so special. I wish in those moments I would have realized that one day you'd stop asking for so much of my time. Boys, I spent your entire life picking you up, and now I'm realizing I can't. You guys are huge. I spent years tying your shoes, and now you need less and less of my help. I miss hearing your little feet run through the entire house, and the house is getting quieter. And you never realize which moment will be your last. The last time I carried you, the last bedtime story, the last time you reached for my hand while crossing the street. Nobody tells you when those moments are happening. They just happen. And then they become memories. And that's why I want you to understand something. The most important moments in life are rarely the big ones. They're usually the small ones. The conversations over the kitchen table, the laughter from another room, the family movie nights, the inside jokes, the vacation where half the fun was exploring the new world and the other part was getting lost, right? The random moments where that seemed too ordinary to remember, because years later, those are the moments that stay with you. Not because they were spectacular, but because they were special because of the people you share it with. And as your dad, one of the greatest gifts of my life has been watching you grow. I got to see your first steps, your first words, your first day of school, your first victories, your disappointments. Boys, no one in the world besides your mom knows you like the way we know you. I got to see you become yourself. And while every parent says it, I don't think anyone truly understands it until they live it. It all goes by so fast, so much faster than you think. One day you're teaching your son how to go potty, and the next you're talking to him about his future. One day you're carrying him to bed, and the next he's taller than your shoulder. And through all of it, it does feel ordinary until you look back, and then you realize they were never ordinary at all. They were the moments, they were the golden years. Not because everything was perfect, not because every day was easy, but because those were the years where we got to be together. So pay attention to the little moments in life. Put down your phone sometimes. Stay at the dinner table a little bit longer. Take the picture. Tell people you love them. Laugh hard. Be present. Because one day, the things that seem small right now become the things you remember forever. And if there's one thing I know for certain, it's this. The greatest privilege of my life has not been wanting the time to pass, but it's been watching you grow through it. Now, boys, I know our journey is far from over, right? I know this, but it's exciting because this is the next part of your journey in your life. And I love you, boys, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.